of course, we're looking at engaging very key voices in studio from an in-depth, or rather for an in-depth analysis of the current status quo. Dustin Omari, an advocate of the High Court, Alhajo Olenado, the National Chair SIPCEM, and Reverend Dr. Elias Agola, the National Chairman NCCK, will be with our studio, and you can't afford to miss that conversation. Philip Omondi is on sign language, and I am Anki Doris Umbat. Now, has the church abandoned its coziness with the state? And are they on the path to reclaiming their lost glory? Well, the religious sector is tonight a step farther out of what has been viewed as a very uncomfortable relationship with the government, thanks to the realization that the flock is increasingly pushing back on decisions made by the leaders. The government, however, seems determined to hold on to that relationship. But as our senior political affairs reporter, Chris Thyro, explains, severing this holy or unholy alliance will no doubt come at a cost both to the church and the state, even as the Anglican Church moved to defend the statement by the Catholic bishops.
The Kenya Kwanza government and its leader, President William Ruto, was heavily sought for at the pulpit, more often than not using the church leadership to pass their message to their congregation, a political strategy that worked in their favor, but not anymore. The relationship between the church and the Ruto government was so close that they even had intercessors stationed at the house on the hill with reserved days for prayers and worship. And as the days went by, there was the realization by the church leadership that the path may not lead them to their coveted proverbial promised land. They evaluated, and now they are calling out the president. The latest religious leader to criticize this regime is ACK Archbishop Dr. Jackson Ole Sapit. And in a statement to media houses, he says, and I quote, "Let the political class and those in government come down from their high horses, listen for once, rather than seemingly perpetuate the commonplace culture of impunity. The governed do not need lectures, but services and honest engagement. Please concentrate on providing leadership in a meaningful way and first tackle the problems facing the country." End quote.
A state of this nature is reminiscence to a state of anarchy, where some people have the power to decide on our destiny and on our lives.
One of the main issues that the church leadership has with the Ruto administration in their eye is dishonesty among the top leaders in government and falling short of the expectations of many who banked on their word.
I've always been thinking that this government is a government of God. Because it's the one we voted for. To our embarrassment, it's a government of fight.
It seems the truth does not exist, and if it does, it's only what the government says.
Thou shalt not give false testimony is one of the 10 commandments the Christians hold by faith.
Wengine wakituona kanisani wanafikiria kwamba tumekujia siasa. Hatujakuja siasa kanisani. Tumekuja kanisani kwa sababu sisi ni Wakristo. Tumekuja kanisani kwa sababu tuko na imani na tuko na mpango ya kwenda mbinguni baada ya hii shughuli mingi.
But it's not only the church leaders frustrated. On the ground, elected leaders who supported the regime have concerns too.
Hii ndiye maneno ambayo inafanya the current government to be very unpopular with the people. Kwa sababu wananchi wamechoka na stories, tumechoka kuwadanganya.
Umesikia hata Catholic bishops wakiambia rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na deputy yake wafanye kazi. We must accept positive criticism na tufanye kazi.
Wale wanasema tuungane nione kwa mkono.
Winning back the hearts of those who voted for them is one of the priority areas that the Ruto administration should focus. Low in credibility and suffering massive lack of public confidence. The church too is beginning to preach water and drink water, having realized the wine they served is not everyone's favorite drink. They have received and continue to receive backlash from their flock. The state and the church are now pulling opposite directions. Chris Thyro, KTN News, Nairobi.
Mombasa.